While statistics and studies do reveal some of the harm caused by gender transition surgeries, there is nothing more powerful than hearing firsthand from people who have personally detransitioned, people who carry the permanent scars and side effects from transgender ideology and who are now speaking out against it. Our next guest has one such powerful story. Jessica Rose identified as a trans man for about 7 years. During that time, she went by the name Aiden, took testosterone, and underwent a double mastectomy. She said she somehow felt that changing her body and identity would erase the pain and trauma from her childhood. After years as living as a man, she fell into deep despair and attempted to take her own life, but survived. Months later, her boss at work shared the gospel with her, setting her on a new path of life in Christ. She has since stopped taking hormone treatments and has returned to living in her true identity as a woman, and shares her testimony with others today. And joining us now to share her thoughts on the trajectory of the transgender movement today with insights from her own story is Jessica Rose. Jessica, thank you for joining us and for being willing to share your story. I just want to say I only scratched the surface of sharing your journey, and I encourage our viewers to watch your full interviews on The Lila Rose Show and on Kim Zember's Here I Am Stories podcast, where they can hear more. But Jessica, I understand in your journey, you met only one time with a psychologist before beginning so-called gender-affirming care, before you began taking testosterone injections. What was that one meeting with a psychologist like?
It was brief. One, let me just say thank you for having me. But it was a brief meeting. It was a, why are you here? I believe I'm supposed to be a boy. Okay, let's have you meet with an
Wow.
endocrinologist.
What do you think the true psychiatric care was that you really needed in that moment?
I needed somebody to ask me why.
Yeah.
I needed somebody to figure out, where did this all begin? In the community of pride, we say, I was born this way.
Mm,
And we know we are not born this
mm,
way,
mm, mm.
but we don't want to admit something led us this way. We don't want to admit the trauma that might have led this way. We don't want to give power to molestation or anything, but real pain has led us to want to protect ourselves the way that we did. And that have led us to want to run away from who we were created to be.
You needed someone to walk with you in your suffering. Jessica, what's your reaction to Dr. McHugh's findings that transgender surgeries provide little change to psychological health after surgery? Do those findings match with your personal experience?
Oh, completely.
Hmm.
I think I felt so seen.
Wow.
I believe that the outer experience that transitioning does for someone gives them a thrill. It did for me.
Hmm.
We saw these pictures of the beard, we saw these pictures of what I look like. That's what I wanted.
Hmm.
And yet, it didn't actually fulfill me. I just looked good, but I was still the broken 12-year-old girl.
Jessica, and you were
And it
so
didn't
young.
fix anything.
You were young. I mean, I think you were only 21 years old when you began transitioning. Knowing what you know now, what's your reaction to the fact that there are children younger than that beginning those same gender transitioning treatments?
Yeah, Catherine, I believe if I was grown, right? Everyone says at 21 you're an adult. You can make these decisions for yourself. You can go buy cigarettes now. You can have tattoos. You can do so many things at 21. So at 21, I thought I was grown enough to make this decision, to alter my body, to get these surgeries, to fill myself with testosterone. And knowing that the deeper wounds were mental, it did nothing.
Mm,
I've seen as young as 6 to 9 years old that parents are allowing their children to transition and begin hormone blockers. My heart breaks
mm,
because I was wrong at 21 years
mm,
old. How much more is this 6 to 9-year old wrong about what they want?
mm.
We love to say the frontal lobe isn't even developed. And it's really not as a cliche to throw at somebody. But the reality is they do not know things. They are still so young. They may not be aware of the factors that are contributing. When we have this inner body experience, I want this, I like this, I think this is what I believe. But we are so scared to bring the gospel into the home, to speak true identity to the youth. No, God did not make a mistake with you.
Mm,
You have these feelings, let's talk about it.
mm,
Nobody wanted to discuss it with me, and now I'm an advocate for conversation, for relationship
mm,
building.
mm,
A mother and a father should be able to speak to their 6 to 9 year old and say, there's nothing wrong with you, but what is making you feel like there is something wrong with you?
mm,
Not invalidating, but trying to understand what this 6 year old is believing about themselves to want to change everything about themselves.
mm.
It's deeper.
It is. Jessica, for someone who may be watching, what is your message to a young person who may be grappling with gender identity and who truly believes that changing their body may bring them happiness?
I say, God did not make a mistake with you. You may be mad at God. You may be hurt by God. You may be upset with God. But I promise He did not make a mistake with you. There are people who are willing to walk with you through whatever you are believing about yourself. There are people who are kind and gracious who will listen to your pain and your trauma. Covering yourself with masculinity or femininity in the wrong context will not heal you. Surgeries do not heal you. Hormones don't heal you. God does.
Mm,
Our true living God heals you. He meets you in your pain. He meets you in your sorrow. Don't be scared to give him a chance. Don't be scared to allow him to reveal himself to you. You've made everything about yourself. You've tried everything your way. I pray and I plead with you to give God a chance for him to love
mm,
you because nothing else will love you the way that he loves you. Nothing else will fill you the way that he fills you. I learned this the hard way. My brothers and sisters, don't mutilate your body and regret it later because you will.
mm. Jessica, your vulnerability is so courageous. I am so grateful to you for sharing your story, for the generosity of your hard-earned wisdom in this. And I just pray that the Lord continues to just love on you and heal you and use you for his glory. Jessica Rose, thank you so much for joining us.
That's good.